he said.
The story begins outside a shopping mall where we see a lady shopping with her 11-year-old daughter. They are being watched by a dangerous gang leader named Cyrus. This lady forgets her phone inside, and as soon as she goes inside the mall to get her phone, the gang members forcefully put the girl in the van and run away from there. After 10 years of this kidnapping, we see that girl in front of a mirror. Her name is Case Harden, and now she has grown up and has dangerous tattoos all over her body. After living with Cyrus's gang for 10 years and getting addicted to substances at a young age, Case ran away from there. Because of suddenly quitting her addiction, she keeps vomiting. In the next scene, we see a 14-year-old teenager named Gabby in her room. Her mother and stepfather are fighting for something. Then she gets a call from her real father, Bob, who is a policeman. She says that she wants to go on a holiday with Bob, and Bob promises her that after Christmas, they will go somewhere. After keeping the phone, when Gabby comes down, we see that the entire gang of Cyrus has entered her house. They have tied her stepfather with ropes and they are abusing her mother. Gabby's mother tries to run away from them, but Cyrus's gang shoots her and she falls into the swimming pool of the house. But they don't end Gabby and take her with them. The next morning, when Bob comes to his ex-wife's house to meet his daughter, he sees that Gabby is missing. Someone has ended his ex-wife and her husband. The police register Gabby's missing complaint and start looking for her. After his ex-wife and her husband's funeral, Bob starts looking for his daughter, but he doesn't get any lead. Then a girl named Case comes to meet Bob because she had read about Bob's wife and daughter in the newspaper. Case tells Bob that she can help him find his daughter, but Bob's sergeant tells her to stay away from this girl. Because she has a criminal record and the police have arrested her for taking substances in a city. That's why the police can't believe the words of a girl like Case. Despite his senior's refusal, Bob goes to meet Case. After seeing the photos of the crime scene, Case tells him that this is Cyrus's work. His gang members don't believe in God and worship the darkness. Kidnapping small children and getting them into illegal business and selling substances is their main business. Bob asks her how she knows all this. Case says that she was a part of Cyrus's gang before, but now she has left the gang. Bob says that if you were a part of that gang, then you must have done a lot of bad things to them. On which she gets angry and refuses to help Bob. Because Bob doesn't know what Case has faced by staying in that gang. She starts crying remembering her past. Even after Case's departure, Bob believes that she will come back, and this is what happens. Case takes a taxi to Bob's house. Case tells Bob that she is only helping him because she is sure that his daughter will be alive. She doesn't want any other girl to go through the same abuse. Bob applies for leave in his office and packs a bag with some cash. Because Case is going to take him to the city where Cyrus has multiple hideouts. He commits crimes in other cities and goes back to his city because his loyal gang members stay there. Case and Bob start their road trip. Being a police officer, Bob tells her that if you turn out to be a member of that gang or if there is any trap to take me there, then I will shoot you first. She tells Bob that she was only 11 years old when Cyrus's gang kidnapped her. Whatever happened to me after that, I am sure that will happen to your daughter too. That's why I want to end that gang, so please stop doubting me. After a while, they both reach the ferryman's house, who has left the gang like Case. Case is very happy to meet him. Case tells Ferryman about Bob's story, and he agrees to help him and offers him a lot of weapons. Case tells Bob that Cyrus will never trust a police officer, so to join his gang, you will have to get tattoos like us. Ferryman starts making tattoos on Bob. Even after getting all the tattoos, Case is not satisfied. She takes the machine from Ferryman and makes a tattoo on Bob's face so that Cyrus and his gang members feel this is convincing. Before leaving, Case starts talking to Ferryman and asks him for all the locations of Cyrus. He says that Cyrus will not leave you alive to go against him, and you too will not be able to fight such a big gang. Case shows him Bob's daughter Gabby's photo and newspaper articles and says that this girl is only 14 years old. We both know that Cyrus is such a big animal. Ferryman tells him that Cyrus's gang keeps the new underage girls at a place called Red Patrol. Case goes there with Bob. On the way, Bob asks Case that you were with that gang for so many years, then when did you decide that you don't want to live with them? Case remembers that day when she came to the supermarket one day and she thought that she saw a lady like her mother there. To talk to her, she went ahead, but that lady got scared seeing her appearance and started telling Case to move away. On which her friend took her away after seeing that lady's reaction. Case says that I realized that day how much we gang members start scaring people, and any decent person would never want to talk to a girl like me. That's why I have to leave them. Hearing this, Bob tells Case that I will help you find your parents, but Case refuses. She says that if my parents were worried about me, they would have found me years ago. But you are worried about your daughter, that's why you took so much risk and came here with me. By night, they both reach the city where Cyrus lives. Case meets a drug dealer named Errol from Cyrus's gang and says that he is a big fan of his products and always wanted to meet him. Errol lifts Case's sleeves and sees fresh marks on her hand to confirm whether Case actually uses substances or not. Bob also sees the marks and thinks that Case is an addict. He starts going out of the club because now he can't believe Case's words. But Case comes out and says that I don't use those things, and she pricks herself with an empty needle. Case berates Bob for doubting her again and says that to make Errol believe, it was necessary to have those marks on her hand. Otherwise, he would have doubted her. Bob apologizes to her and asks him what he knows. Case tells him that Errol is going to meet Cyrus in a while and we can reach your daughter by following him. They both stop there and follow Errol, who goes to a crowded street with some of Cyrus's men. Bob says that he doesn't know what Cyrus looks like, so you go after them and as soon as Cyrus is seen, message me. Case starts following them and Bob goes to park his car on a side. But after following Errol for a while, Cyrus's men catch Case because after so many years, it seems unusual for Case to come back and talk to Errol. They take her to Cyrus. When Case doesn't contact Bob for a long time, he starts panicking and starts looking for Case in the same market. After a while, Case is brought in front of Cyrus and he asks her why she came back. Case says that she wants to join the gang again. Cyrus breaks her nose and starts beating her badly. Errol gets angry because he knows that Case is lying to him. After getting beaten up for a long time, Case keeps saying that she wants to rejoin the gang. Cyrus tells her that to do this, she has to prove her loyalty first. Case says that she is ready. Cyrus's men first give her an injection of substances, after which Cyrus says that there is no place for traitors in my gang. Errol is stealing money from me in drug deals, so I have decided to end him, and now you will do this for me. He gives Case a handgun and says shoot Errol in the face, after which I will take you back in the gang. Case crawls forward and goes to Errol and points a tool at him. He starts screaming, but for Cyrus, she doesn't have to end anyone. She puts the handgun in her mouth and presses the trigger, but there is no bullet in it. Cyrus understands that she is very emotional and her gang is of no use. He tells his men to throw her out of the gang. In a state of intoxication, she stays there for several hours in the same market. After finding Case, Bob finds a man who has to wear his jacket. Bob tells him to show me the place where you got this jacket. That man takes him there where Bob sees that Case is in a state of intoxication. She is lying in a pile of filth and two men are hurting her. Bob immediately shows a shotgun and removes them from Case. She is unconscious, and he picks up Case and starts walking. But some people try to snatch Case from him, and Bob shoots them with a shotgun and runs away with Case. Both take a room in a motel, and after the effect of the substances is over, Case thanks Bob for saving her life. Bob also thanks Case for putting his daughter's life in danger, and both decide that they have to find another way to get to Cyrus. After this, one of Cyrus's men attacks Bob in the parking lot, but Case comes there on time and saves him. They both leave Cyrus's city and hide in the house of the ferryman where Bob starts recovering. The ferryman tells Bob that Case's old friend and a girl named Lena is very close to Cyrus, who is coming here for some work today. Through her, you can reach Cyrus. As soon as Lena is found alone, Bob and Case bring her to a house and they wait for Cyrus's call. As soon as Cyrus calls, Case snatches her phone from Lena. Case tells Cyrus that you have a 14-year-old girl named Gabby which we want. Cyrus says that I am ready to give you that girl, but I don't do any deal for free. He tells Case that Errol has really stolen money from the gang and now he has become very powerful and he lives in a villa with private security. So, my men are not able to reach him. If you bring my money from Errol and give it to me, then I will give you that girl in exchange, which he says and snatches the phone. Now they both start planning to enter Errol's villa, but this work is very difficult because drug dealers keep coming there and Errol also has his bodyguards. But if they have the product, then they can get entry in that villa. They tell Errol that they have a bag of products to sell. At night, Errol calls them for a meeting and they go there with weapons. At the gate of his bodyguards, as soon as they come to him, they shoot both his bodyguards. Seeing this, Errol begs them for his life. He gives them all his cash and requests them not to end him. But Bob shoots him in his swimming pool and ends him. He takes all the cash in his bag. Next evening, they go to a hill where Cyrus has called them for a deal. Seeing the work of Case, Cyrus gets impressed and calls her back to his gang. But when a man from Cyrus goes to take Case, Bob takes out his weapon and says that the girl will not go anywhere and I have come to take my daughter here. Hearing this, a debate starts between the gang members and Bob. To calm everyone down, Cyrus shoots 5 to 6 rounds with his handgun on the face of his gang member named Lena, and she passes away there. Because she had talked to Case and Bob on her phone. After Lena's departure, everyone becomes quiet. Cyrus calls Bob to him and asks him where is my money. Bob gives him a bag and he says that there is only half money in it. Bob says that I don't trust you and you will get the rest of the money when I get my daughter. Cyrus tells him to keep driving west from this road until you see a gray mountain and you will find my man near that mountain. After giving him the remaining money, you will get that girl. After this, they both sit in their van and go on the same road. At the place where Cyrus told them, he finds that man to whom Bob gives that bag. After taking the money, that man takes Gabby out of his van and throws her to Bob and goes away from there. Gabby's entire body is scarred and on her face, the gang has made a permanent tattoo which makes Bob very angry. Then fireworks start in the sky and Case tells Bob this is the signal of the gang's hunt. All the gang members are coming this way to kill us with weapons. These three go to a place mentioned by Case where there is some construction material behind which they can take cover. They tell Bob that we don't have much time and Bob tells Case to load all the weapons and hides his daughter in a big pipe with a handgun. He says that if anyone comes in your direction, then shoot them. Bob immediately drains the fuel from his car so that the cover of fire and smoke can be taken. After which, he and Case hide in the opposite direction and Cyrus's entire gang reaches there in many cars. Bob sets fire to his car and all the fuel spread below catches fire. This burns many gang members and some of their cars also get blasted. They all get out of the car and start walking ahead. Bob, without telling his location, ends many of them with a knife. The gang also has a machine gun on a truck and Case ends the gunner and shoots the gang members with the same gun. Bob starts ending the remaining gang members. One gang member comes close to Gabby and shoots, but one of them catches him from behind and Bob comes at the right time and ends him too. By now, there is a heap of bodies all over the place and Cyrus runs away from there with his men. In the morning, Gabby sees Bob who is injured and somehow, they both reach the hospital. After a few days, Bob recovers and joins the police department again. Case meets him and Bob gives her an address and says that I have found your mother. She had also filed a missing complaint years ago to find you. But Case says that until Cyrus is alive, I can't go back to my house because he has ruined my life. Case keeps looking for Cyrus for a few months and finally, when she meets him, she confronts him alone and shoots him and ends him. In the end, she goes to the address given by Bob and sees that her mother is a little old now and she has also remarried and she looks very happy. She decides that she will not meet her mother because she has moved on in her life and she does not want to see her in tension again. Case goes back to the car crying and leaves from there. So friends, our today's video ends here. If you liked our video, then like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.